Maybe you're just waking up horrendously early in Europe. It really depends whereabouts you are. Anyway, thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in. This is the Afreeca World August Blitz group number 1. And we are just wrapping it up with our final match here. It's going to be a fantastic best of 5 to close things out. FanTaSy versus Zest. Here we are. The map is Winter's Gate. Spawning down the bottom right-hand side of the map. Playing for LaughNgamez. He's Zest.
And his opponent in the top left, playing as Terran, it is FanTaSy.
All right. Who do you think's going to take it? What's the score? Why is Zest sending out 2 probes?
Why is Zest sending out 2 probes?
These are all questions that can be asked. Oh, it's... Okay, so it's going to be something dirty as heck.
Oh my god, that is a terrifying proxy pylon.
So dirty.
Where is his second gateway going to go? Is it going to be gateway? Or do you think, oh god, he could do like a proxy robo or something?
Oh, it's got to be a gateway. This is the gateway proxy. Now, this is something that I find interesting. Are you familiar with the build, the Max Packs?
Oh, I'm very familiar with the Max Packs build.
So, my question is, why do Korean Protoss do this instead of the Max Packs?
You know, that's a great question.
Because... Sorry, go on.
No, I honestly, that's my only thought that I had. I don't know.
Because this exact build, I remember Beastie QT, the guy who popularized the Max Packs, he specifically mentioned this build. Because he was questioned, like, what about this build? Isn't this one better? He's like, no, this one's garbage. The Max Packs is way better. And I personally think that is the case. So, yeah. Like, why is Zest going for this option instead of just Max Packs? Do Koreans not know Max Packs?
Oh, they know it. I remember it was, I think Parting was joking in the GSL, or GSL versus the World.
He did do it in GSL, right? Or was it a super
he was
tournament or something?
He won with it hugely, and he was like, I've been watching these videos on Max Packs.
Oh, yeah, he didn't even shout out Beastie QT. By the way, this is an absolutely ginormous scout for FanTaSy.
Yeah,
and by the way, remember when you asked me why Alive built that bunker? Here's your answer.
I do.
This is why you build that darn bunker, because Zest's build just got shut down hard. He can dance around with the Stalker a little bit because the natural on Winter's Gate is apparently ginormously huge.
Sure. Okay, so he does stop the building.
FanTaSy's going to try and catch the Stalker. Oh, it was close, but not quite.
Unlucky grenade bounce there for FanTaSy.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky, but still, this is absolutely fantastic. Oh, and look at this, an eBay block from FanTaSy. Oh, what a smart Terran player. See, this is the difference between Alive and FanTaSy.
Yeah. I mean, could things go better for FanTaSy right now?
No, they couldn't.
This is exactly like if I told you, hey, you've scouted a second gateway outside of your main, or outside of your natural, what do you hope happens? And we're just like drinking at the bar. You'd be like, oh man, I hope that I have an engineering bay blocked down. I hope that I scout it. I hope my Reaper gets away.
I hope I went bunker first because I'm a genius.
I hope I went bunker first. And I hope that Zest goes Stargate so I can pick off his first 2 orcs.
In this case, the genius being FanTaSy, because that's what he is. That, like, without that bunker, you can literally just die to this build.
Yeah, man. And look, FanTaSy, okay, he shut down the extra gateway. Still has his SCV hidden behind the natural.
Oh my god.
SCV
Look
gets
at
into the main. What on earth? FanTaSy playing out of his mind right now.
What a god.
Ugh.
And he's gonna see the Stargate. He's gonna be like, hey, that's a nice Oracle you got there.
Yeah, he is. What? It'd be a shame if somebody put some Cyclones in my main base to destroy it.
Oh,
man. Oh. All right. So, what was your call at the beginning of the game? Did you make a call? Who's going to win this one?
For the score?
Yeah.
I think it's still going to be a 3-1 for Zest.
And this is going to be the one.
It very well could be. If I was asked at the start, I'd say 3-1 for Zest, I want to say. It'll be a lot closer games than what Alive had, though.
Man, look at this. FanTaSy already with the second Cyclone out, already with the Viking out, adding on the barracks. This is everything you want.
This is basically Zest's equivalent of losing 2 Oracles versus Alive. This is just a gimme for FanTaSy.
It's so interesting that Zest has lost his first... Well, I was going to say he lost his first game against... And he's... First game against FanTaSy. Now, he has repowered his second gateway down at the natural location there. He's got a third base on the way. You know, it's not the end of the world for him just yet. He's still cranking out some oracles. He's
don't
keeping
know.
up on pro production.
Look at that
but he
worker
is-
count.
Yeah, he's a little.
This stage in the game in a PvT, that ain't good for the P.
Yeah, not gonna be good. Stim just getting started there. He's got the supply depot on the far side of the main to scout everything that's coming.
And that Stim's gonna finish up an extra 21 seconds earlier. So if FanTaSy's gonna push, oh man, you're in for it, Zest.
Yes.
Double Marauder production on the way. Some Marines joining up in with that.
Oh my god, that's
Oh.
terrifying.
It does
That's
not get any
terrifying.
better than this.
Do you know what that many Marauders does to a Nexus as soon as they lock on?
What
Oh,
Nexus?
yeah, you're right. What Nexus? Okay, there are the 3 Oracles coming into the natural here.
Okay,
Let's see
so
if
Zest
can
did
get
make the
things done.
3.
Yep. A lot of
And there's
Marines
enough
there,
Marines,
though. Big revelation, which is nice.
I will be a giant fantasy. I'm already a giant fantasy fan. I will grow into a slightly larger fantasy fan if he throws up an eBay right now and starts building turrets, because there's 3 oracles out there, and you can't possibly expect to defend without turrets.
It's like how the Grinch's small heart grew
Yes.
3 sizes that day, where your heart for fantasy will grow 3
It will
sizes.
grow 3 sizes. This Viking nabs himself up 3 probes and a stalker. Probably worth it.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Now that you know what the oracles are,
Fancy is building
and
a
they're-
turret.
and
That's
there are
one.
missile turrets
Who
going
know?
down.
How about those?
Oh. Beautiful, beautiful.
Can we get a dose,
Man.
Fantasy? If you're moving out, he's going to be moving out for an attack. That's what concerns me. And Terrans sometimes have a bad habit of just going 100% focus on said attack. But in reality, it's actually going to be a drop for starters from Fantasy. There we go. A second turret going up in the main base. Interesting placement. And, oh, double
Yeah.
Widow Mines.
It's interesting you put those down so late. Normally, I would put those down to protect it. Oh god, it doesn't matter. He's
Oh,
just gonna
man.
get-
Oh, man. Man.
Now Zest is gonna
Oh,
see it.
Zest is
Oh,
good.
Oh. Okay, free Marauder kill. But the
Oh,
drop
Cyclones
from
lock
Fantasy's-
on, though. Good. Somehow the Oracles
misses-
all escape, just missing shields.
Yeah, and the Oracles missed the revelation on those. Drop from Fantasy now coming in main.
Oh.
Nothing. Defend. Zest in a lot of trouble. Gonna have to warp in something he doesn't want to back home. Where is his army? Where are his warp-ins? What is Zest doing?
Where's the stuff, Zest? Where is it?
The most Artosis-y pylon ever.
That's 5 gateways. Unpowered.
Oh.
A recall gets forced, but what does he recall? A couple of stalkers, but I mean, the Marines are going to trade out with them. And then this is just, yeah,
No
Fantasy
fear.
has won this game. Look at these. This is just sentries and 1 immortal for Zest.
It doesn't matter how many
that's
force fields
GG.
you got.
All right.
There's the GG, and Fantasy takes
Zest-
game number 1.
Zest likes to make a
Absolutely.
good story.
Dumpstering Zest in game 1.
Oh, that was a dumpster fire.
Unbelievable.
Second map's going to be Thunder.
Thunderbird, that's right. What a good map.
Yeah, great map.
Again, a map that often we hear other races complaining about being Terran favored. So, surprising to see. That was that Zest's choice? Do you know? I forget who chose what map.
First was Fantasy's choice. Thunder is Zest's choice. I guess maybe he's just
Interesting.
more comfortable on this.
Definitely possible. I mean, Zest, as we said earlier, loves to get to that late game, loves to push a big army across a big map. So, unsurprising that Zest has chosen it. Thunderbird always makes for good matches. It's a really, really solid map.
All right, here we are. Both these guys are ready. Let's load on into it. Does Zest wake up, though, like he did versus Alive, and just switch on the God mode?
Yeah, again, I was surprised. I thought that he was like wipe the sleep out of his eyes in game number 1 against Alive, but apparently maybe his first game is just his warm up. He's playing with his left hand only, or something. It's just like this is a mouse only game, right?
All right, anyway. Here we are, spawning down the bottom right-hand side of the map. The map is Thunderbird. It's Fantasy. Who's proxying, by the way?
Oh, it's about dang time.
It is.
And his opponent in the top left in the red, playing Protoss from Ocean Gaming. It is Zest.
Zest is best. Can he deal with a dirty proxy barracks, though?
Yeah, he definitely can.
All right,
definitely
let's
can.
see it. It's been a while since I've seen one of these, honestly. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first one this entire series. Again,
Wait.
every single series that we've seen has been, oh yeah. So this is great. If Zest can figure out the timing, he might be able to recognize that it's a little bit late, but that's unlikely. So he might just think that there's no proxy. This could just be a proxy Reaper to get the one Reaper there a little bit more early.
This is really weird. I haven't seen anything like this in a long time.
I don't even know what to say. I'm just like nervously like biting my lip and waiting to see what comes out of that.
A Cyber Core for Zest, so the safer option, but it looks like he is planning an expand. All right.
Oh my god,
it's a tech lab. Is this going to be for like concussive shell marauders or using that new quick stim?
This is my favorite build in the entire universe. Proxy Marauders, come on, baby. Oh yeah, because he's getting one back home to take out the probe, and as soon as the probe's gone, he's going to drop a second tech lab on that barracks and go full Proxy Marauders with concussive shell. Oh god, I hope that's what he does. I love it so much.
Okay, he's making just another Marine for starters.
Yes.
There's the concussive shell. There's the Marauders. The hype is building.
Okay, so really quick note. I did see TvP do something really interesting with this build before. Yeah, in the GSL. He got knocked out. It didn't work at all, but it totally should have. He just had really poor control.
Oh, I think I know what game you're talking about. Yeah, I definitely watched that one.
Yeah, Proxy Marauder with a concussive shell, and a bunch of Marines and Marauders out of his main base. And then, once the Protoss moved across the map...
the probe's going for it. Can the Marines stop it? Yes, they can. Zest even hesitates a little bit.
Okay.
He has no idea, does he?
None. Absolutely none. So what TvP did is he left his Marauders behind, and then when the Protoss army was retreating across the map, he used concussive shell to like pick off whatever retreating army units there are. That's not what FanTaSy's going to do.
Look at this. Two Marauders about to go face-to-face with that Stalker. A probe or two is coming in to help, but that is a dead Stalker. The Adept and Stalker are going to pick off one of the Marauders, but FanTaSy's got Marines crossing the map. Another Marauder will be out shortly. How does this work here? Let's see. Marines now going to fry up those probes? Okay.
Yeah, he's eating a couple shots on the probes. He's going to get the Adept, and then there's just one Stalker.
Oh, man.
Building a bunker.
Oh, look at this.
What?
2 bunkers.
Oh, my goodness gracious. This is disgusting. Okay, so this is a hard contain then. The natural almost certainly going to go down, but he's not 100% all in. He's adding on a command center back home.
And we're probably going to see a stim pack start pretty soon, right?
God, I would hope so. He might not even invest in this.
He's actually just going off the ramp. He doesn't even care.
First Immortal about to come out, though, and that's going to be huge.
He will get a Stalker, though.
All right, last Stalker will go down.
He's pretty committed, so he's going to get both Stalkers. Oh, no. Okay, gets that Stalker at least. He needs something in this bunker, though.
Yeah. Now, if the Immortal comes out, it can separate the... Oh, no. Is going to get into that back bunker. Forward bunker. That's fine. Again, this is a really nice play. If the Immortal's trying to position himself in between recovery and forward, those bunkers, and that is going to make it really difficult, but it also means the Marauder's not destroying the bunker itself, because if he gets close enough to fire on the bunker, then the concussive shell Marauder gets him. This natural nexus is going to go down.
Is it actually? Is this one Marauder going to kill it? Probes are trying to... SCVs, you got to repair that, right? Or...
he can, but again, he has a second bunker, so...
There's 2 Immortals out, so that's a lot of firepower. The Immortal doesn't dive into the next bunker. Oh, no.
Are you kidding me? What a save by Zest!
Okay. Zest is awake.
Wow. What the what?
I'm looking at that coming through the stream again. And that is just... Yeah, that Marauder should have dipped into the next bunker, right?
Yeah, well, it got blocked by the probes that collapsed in on it. It popped out on the wrong side of the bunker when the bunker died, and so it was body blocked by the probes, which allowed the Immortals one shot off, killed it.
Wait a second, too. Oh no, FanTaSy never researched stim out of that tech lab, so he's ages away from that.
Now, he does have a lot of Marines back home, which is, not too bad. Got a bunker up front.
The Cyclone is going to be so important, right, to defend versus this Immortal drop?
Yeah, definitely. It has been spotted, though. The scouting barracks doing its job.
Father Council on the way.
Viking and Cyclone back home, but here we go. Double Immortal drops.
Run SCVs, run for your lives.
like that scene in Lord of the Rings when he's like, abandon your
Oh
post!
no! Flee for your life!
Flee for your lives!
Well, thanks, guy.
Your Denethor impression is much better than mine is.
That's what happens when you watch those movies a bajillion times.
My college roommate would always watch them with a friend. Every Valentine's Day, they would watch all 3 extended edition Lord of the Rings.
Well, that is actually fantastic.
It was incredible. I had to leave because they were like, get out of here. What are you guys doing? And they went, we're actually watching all 3 Lord of the Rings.
Well, you know. This Warp Prism is in trouble. That Viking is, it's on the hunt.
It is definitely
and
hungry.
wait a second, these Immortals. Uh-oh. Zest was so busy trying to get that, so busy trying to save that Warp Prism that he didn't think about his Immortals, though somehow these things are still kicking, and they're probably going to make it to this Warp Prism. Oh my god.
No way. Okay.
Oh, and he recalls.
Oh, he recalls!
That is disgusting.
What a freaking play,
man.
Zest. God, that was like watching a raccoon get itself out of a raccoon trap, just like twisting every which way to barely make it work and stay alive. Behind this, 3 gates getting added on.
Is that a thing? Done. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, dude, you didn't grow up in Kansas like I did. That's totally a thing.
I mean, we've got raccoons, but I mean, I've never actually seen one try and get out of a trap.
My brother sells animal skins that he traps. Oh. Like that's how redneck my whole family is.
Oh. I mean, I mean, my family's kind of redneck, but not that redneck. We're a bunch of vegetarians.
Yeah, no, we're hardcore, man. Okay, so classic 7-minute stim timing coming in from FanTaSy. Trying to get a drop in both the main and the bottom. He's got that.
It's a Viking. And I mean, a Viking is a probe-killing machine. And all he has to do is fly in and the probes scurry away in fear.
Gonna go with the 3rd, but a warp in should be able to drive that away.
Viking says, alright, I'll just settle for 3 probes. This Medivac filled with 2 Cyclones says, we're 2 Cyclones, we can't do nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about.
This is interesting, though. There's no charge or anything from Zest, and FanTaSy is going to have that stim pack and a pretty big ball of bio.
Yeah, a lot of Marauders mixed in. Now, he does need those Medivacs desperately. Because
he does, yeah, but still, look, like, this is a ton of bio.
Yeah, it is.
These Stalkers, they got the blink, but this is, once again, I'm going to say it, this is a lot of bio.
It bears repeat. Now Blink Stalkers in Zest's hands are each Stalkers worth like 6 or 7 Stalkers in anyone else's hands. But he's already lost one of those Cyclones. If the second Cyclone gets picked off, then the Warp Prism can reinforce from wherever he needs to. FanTaSy pushing forward.
All right, FanTaSy. Right on top of that Observer. FanTaSy must have known that Observer was there, right? Or no? He didn't see it. Oh, God. Please, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear. Oh, God. I'm going to puke.
Get blown.
Oh. I mean, that was a good reaction from FanTaSy.
It really was. He got out in time, but what a
But that is all
Zest.
that it takes. Oh, and his army's split up right now. Oh, that is nasty. The Widowmines get pretty good connections there, but there's simply just too much. One of those Medivacs somehow escapes, and FanTaSy is going to turn this into a double drop fiasco. He backs out, though, away from there, so now maybe he's going to try and get this drop at the natural or something. I feel like you just got to go gas if you're FanTaSy. Maybe he's more respectful, though. Unloads a little bit at the natural, backs on out.
Zest is doing a really good job juggling his army. So you can while it looks like Zest's army is sort of unfocused and all over the place, he's really doing a pretty good job defending
he's
the
doing
small
a
drops that
fantastic
Fanny
job.
has prepared. Yeah, so normally I'd be concerned. I'd be like, oh man, Protoss, get your army together, get something done. But in this case, you know, he's doing the right thing, and he's got those 2 Medivacs pinned right now, which they've got to get out. He's even setting up a flank. Are those Stalkers going up to the 12 o'clock position to pick those Medivacs off? Jiminy Christmas. Zest is all over this game, man. What is FanTaSy going to do? Recall out of there? Come on, play a better race, FanTaSy.
You know, that's it. As someone who plays Protoss and Terran, that's exactly what I think when I'm playing or watching Terran. I'm like, he should just recall, damn it.
Storm on the way for Zest, and this is where the tide of battle is.
This is where the fun begins, right here.
Yeah. With 5 or 6 High Templars out, full Storm. This game is, oh my god.
You want to Storm until you always got Storm. Those Medivacs are very lucky. They flew over the Marauders and Zealots, not the Stalkers. And did Zest not spot this?
I'm surely he did. He must have.
Maybe not. FanTaSy.
Oh my god,
Go!
if he picks off Stim, can you imagine the carnage? There's also a drop in the main distracting him. He's gonna get.
Oh
Oh my
man.
god, if he
Oh, this is huge. Get in there, buddy.
+1 under fire. Oh,
He's gonna get the Nexus.
Get the Nexus finally.
18 probes have gone down. He's still in the main base causing damage. He's gonna pick off a few random structures. Got out with the majority of the units. That went pretty darn good for FanTaSy. He did not deny the Psy Storm, though, which is a bit unfortunate for him. I'm going to lose that. No, not... yep. But
come on. How are FanTaSys selling this game? Unbelievable. Those medevacs are like Dungeons and Dragons characters that rolled like a natural 20 for luck every time.
Except for...
they're trying to get out of there.
That one that died at the end had it a little bit tough.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so with the Storm out, we saw that... So this is really interesting. We saw Zest making a... here. He would have liked to save those High Templar, but he needed the DPS to defend against some of these drops. So I think he's got... he's got 2 Archons on the field right now, which should be 4 High Templars. So he's going to be delayed just a little bit with those Storms. Because I don't see any other High Templars in the map, right?
Archives. That would have been huge.
Oh, can you imagine? I don't know if he... honestly, he probably should have gone for that.
I guess it's a choice, though, because think about it. Look at it right now. If Zest had lost the Templar Archives, he would have immediately rebuilt it and probably been working his way towards it anyway. The Nexus, on the other hand, that caused a lot of damage. He lost 20 probes, and FanTaSy is just sitting back anyway. So it's not like he was going for another timing that would have capitalized on a lack of Psy Storm. He's simply building Ghosts.
Which is a great call.
So that might have actually just been like a genius decision, just not to just FanTaSy that on point with like his feedback. When's the last time you saw feedback kill anything?
Man, it's been ages. That was a beautiful play.
That poor Medivac. Oh, those guys, they had no idea what's coming. They're just like, oh, I feel a bit of a storm. Oh no, Zest.
Nice pick there. The EMP going down as well as the...
Yeah, that was a very nice touch. Now, we are seeing Zest maybe planning a big attack here. There's going to be a planetary done in just a few seconds, and a planetary is so critical for a defense in a situation like this. EMPs are landing. There is High Templar in the Medivac, so this bio is very clumped up here. There's going to be Storm. Oh, God, it's absolutely massive. Psystorm. Zest's army, or FanTaSy's army, is melting. Repair is going down on the planetary. So critical there. Can it be repaired? The planetary, is it going to go down? Looks like it is, and that is GG. Oh, man. That was
Zest
close.
bringing it back for game number 2. What
those storms were just a little bit too much.
Yeah, the storms taking out all that bio and then finally able to crush that planetary fortress at the end. Zest playing that last engagement absolutely gorgeously, leading into our game number 3 on Triton, which is just going to be... God, I can't wait. I can't wait. These guys have been putting on such a show.
It's been fantastic.
Dude, this is exactly what you want from a match, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You want both players to put on a good show. I hate rubber matches that are like a 3-0. You know, one player shouldn't have been here, which is what I was worried about, honestly, with Zest in the matchup. But Zest, killing it.
Yeah, just 1-1 between these two. And we'll load right into this next game as soon as we can here. Both players are ready to go. Let's just jump into it.
Rock and roll.
Thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in. If you guys are enjoying our coverage of this event, both Creighton and I cast a fair bit of StarCraft, and we're around on the interweb, so you can actually find both of our Twitters linked under that announcement there. So make sure to check us out there. And here we are. The map is Triton. It's tied 1-1, spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map. Playing for Player One Esports, it's FanTaSy.
And his opponent, with just phenomenal macro play and great defense. In the blue, from Ocean Gaming, it's Zest.
I mean, it's got to be a little bit disheartening for FanTaSy whenever your proxy gets... It was so close. If he got that Nexus, that's probably game, right?
Man, I mean, yeah, must be, right? It must be. If you take down that natural net with freaking proxy concussive shell marauders. But he missed it by what, 50 HP or something?
Yeah. Oh, it was ridiculously close. And Yeah, then at the end, I mean, I think FanTaSy could have held on. Even at the end of that battle, the supply was still fairly even. But I guess just that Psystorm did a bit too much damage there.
Yeah, he was really lucky. He had those high temp loaded into the War Prism, which is so key. We're seeing more as players' control gets better and better. So because of course we are in the new patch where the EMP is, and I hate to say the number because I always have a math person who yells at me about the circumference versus the diameter versus the whatever.
Oh.
But the EMP is bigger now.
It's bigger.
And
it gone and got big.
Works, right?
It does require an upgrade. And I'm honestly ashamed to say it as a Terran. You just need the Ghost Academy for that upgrade, right?
Right.
So,
right.
FanTaSy didn't research that upgrade there, I don't believe, in that situation. Because he was sort of teching into Ghosts. But still.
I thought he might have had it. Oh, maybe he... Okay, anyway.
I don't believe he had it, but maybe he did.
Okay. Interesting. He still landed great EMPs.
Oh, they were fantastic.
One big one or two little ones. But it was very wise of Zest to have those High Templar loaded up into the War Prism.
Oh, absolutely.
Saving them from the EMP, and then he was still able to drop.
It's pretty tough for Terran to avoid unless they really anticipate it and kind of dodge away from it.
Yeah. Because, yeah, you gotta discuss. If you get those two ghosts out of your army, the sacrificial ghosts, you got a couple choices, and you can try to snipe the War Prism down, or you can get the EMP and make sure that the rest of the army goes down. So FanTaSy rolled the dice there, and I think he probably chose correctly. And Zest not wasting any time checking every proxy location on this map, just making sure he's not getting... I love that. All right, Zest not going for Stargate play again. Going Twilight Council first. Is he going to go Stargate or Robo after that?
It's going to be a Blink.
Yeah.
And a Robo into some Colossus.
Pretty solid play.
We had
it's hard to go wrong.
cheeses to start off this series. I think Zest wants to see how he plays straight up now.
Yeah, honestly, before this series started, I would have been like, oh, maybe just stick to an early game thing and try and win early on. But after seeing his series today, I think late game FanTaSy may have a pretty good shot against Zest.
Isn't it bizarre how long FanTaSy's command center was on the low ground, by the way?
It was a little weird, yeah. Yeah, it took him forever to get that down there.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a normal timed CC, but Zest has no idea about that. Zest could think he's getting one-based.
Ooh.
And yet he still throws up a third. He's a Protoss. He doesn't care.
Doesn't care.
Like, all things considered, Zest has no idea if this could be like a triple barracks play. Now he scouts it, and he's like, oh, it's all good.
Yeah. So we're going to see Zest with these Blink Stalkers again. Now, every time that he's gotten those Blink Stalkers in the main, he's gotten at least 6 SCV kills. And that's a pretty decent number, honestly. I wouldn't expect to see him get any fewer this time. Ooh, and he sees those two Widow Mines going down the map. So he knows this drop is coming.
Yeah, Zest is going, or FanTaSy is going for some it's a 2-base aggression play. There's no doubt about that. He's going to have a tank out in with us in just a second here, and he's going to have a Liberator. So definitely putting the pressure on his opponent with a good old classic 2-base timing attack.
Wow, what year is it?
2016, 2015? That's when,
sounds about right.
That's when these really were a thing, I'd say. Always, because he's a dirty Terran.
Oh, how is this timing going to go? Look at this Zest dropping.
I mean, Zest is pretty exposed right now. Double Forge 3, he went for the third Nexus, and he didn't even confirm a natural expansion. I know one bases are super rare, but still. Zest is just like, I got Blink Stalkers, I'm going to hold this. I don't know if you are, Zest.
7 Blink Stalkers. I don't care how good you are with your control.
Oh,
that is
double
not that
bunker
many
from FanTaSy.
Gosh.
Oh, that is so smart. And there's a Widow Mine underneath it. The Stalkers just blinked into a mine. The tank is going to annihilate them. And oh my god, another Widow Mine picks off another Stalker, bruises another. This is so good here for the Terran player. There's not enough muscle here. If that pylon gets unpowered, that's going to be massive. No Immortal. More bunkers being started up. Zest, you got greedy.
No respect. Double bunker on the high ground, and there's still so much bio out.
It's possible that Zest could still hold this. He's got Stalkers. He can micro them for days, but another tank rolling up is going to be massive here for the Terran player right now.
I think he's gonna focus fire down probes, maybe depower the, or just destroy
destroying the Robo before the Immortal is so critical. You gotta get that. Oh, it's close. It does go down. The bunker gets up. Zest blinks on top, though. Can he clean this up? It's gonna be close.
Even if he cleans it up, he's got 9 armies right now.
FanTaSy can just bunker hop for days. Oh, and that Widow Mine hits a Stalker, too.
Get the Widow Mine into the bunker! Oh, wait, no,
man.
okay, maybe not.
If only. All right, so we see 5 bunkers just kind of strewn across here. Zest is trying to currently deny the reinforcements. 14 probes have gone down. Another tank is coming on in for FanTaSy. This is wild.
Yeah, I mean, the SCV's finally getting
another
picked off
a Raven
bit,
just randomly coming across.
Jeez. You know, whatever.
FanTaSy's maybe like, okay, there could be some DPs or something.
Even repairing that bunker until the last minute. This is what a hard contain this is.
Yeah, the Observer goes down. That's actually really nice. I think Zest was too greedy.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Zest taking that 3rd base, going double forge.
Auto turret gets tossed down to help out here. Widow Mine going off there. The tank got picked off, yes, but that cost Zest Stalkers once again. And this Nexus, I think, is going to go down. This tank is going to probably get picked off. Oh, those Stalkers are a little bit injured. It's putting up one heck of a fight, that's for sure.
Yeah, now FanTaSy has lost a lot of tanks this game.
No,
actually,
that's it.
But it doesn't matter.
All right, FanTaSy. Wow. Just with a classic 2-base push. Zest was so greedy. Zest was so greedy. Get out of here, Zest.
No scout, 3 base,
no scout,
2 forge. Are you kidding me? I mean, we all know you're really good, Zest, but man, that's a bold play against somebody like FanTaSy. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but LaughNgamez, Zest is now fighting against match point. He cannot lose another game.
He cannot.
Out of the Afreeca World Blitz number 41.
Yeah, we could indeed have Dongraegu and FanTaSy making it through, which would be pretty insane. I mean, I'm happy either way that this goes, but it's funny how we were talking about how like Zest was so greedy, that was so reckless, and yet he almost held anyway.
He came really close, and that's what I was getting. I was a little bit worried there at the end. There was a period when FanTaSy had no tanks out, and there were just a couple Marines hopping in and out of the bunkers. And so Zest was able to sort of get back, and I was worried Zest might be able to cut off all the reinforcements and then get one Immortal out and slowly pick down all the bunkers. But luckily for Terran fans everywhere, FanTaSy barely held on, and now Zest is down 1-2 in what could be the final game of today.
Yeah, this series could be wrapping up a little bit sooner if Zest isn't able to take the next match. I mean, I think he's fully capable, but this is what I'm talking about. Live, he didn't really have a plan going up against Zest in a best-of-5. FanTaSy is bringing out such a wide range of plays.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see. This is what makes me really a big FanTaSy fan here. Now, here we are. The map is Acropolis, spawning down in the bottom right-hand side of the map. He's got a 2-1 lead. Maybe a little bit surprisingly, it's FanTaSy.
Yeah, man, and his opponent, the favored son of today's group, and unfortunately, currently on the ropes, 2-1 in the blue, it's Zest.
All right. I mean, we've seen a lot of aggression in this series, which I'm a big fan of. It's always good to change it up in that sense. Do we see something this game, or does Zest try and play like super straight up greed again? Because that was so greedy. As those tanks were rolling across the map, Zest was like, you know what's a good idea? Double forges.
Yeah. Based on that decision making, I'm gonna make a call, and I'm confident this game, Zest is gonna go double proxy Stargate Void Rays into Mothership. And that's you can put that one in the books. I'm confident that's gonna happen.
I'm gonna write this one down.
Please, somebody. I wish we were on Twitch. Somebody clip that. It's definitely gonna happen.
If you did it, you would be the smartest man alive.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous. For now, he's just gonna pop in, get a little probe scout out. Nothing too much. Make sure he's not getting proxied.
I don't know if this qualifies as a scout. I'm pretty sure this is like certified harassment going on right now. Poor SGVs, the things they have to deal with.
So annoying. Now we do see FanTaSy saving up Manson right away. We'll see how annoying Zest is be. Maybe even dropping a pylon. It's not very Zest style usually. No, never mind. FanTaSy is gonna get that command center down.
Probe goes on home. Cybercore again for Zest, by the way. Every game he seems to just want to go for a Cybercore into his Nexus.
Yeah. Yeah, no second gateway, I think, at all.
It does make
In
dealing
the
with the
series.
Reaper a lot easier, going for the Cybercore before the Nexus. Because you got the Adept done.
And we have seen FanTaSy getting in with his Reaper most games and trying to get some damage done. I don't recall. Has FanTaSy gotten like massive probe kills with his Reaper ever though?
No, he hasn't. I don't even know if he's got one. Maybe he got one or something, but he can't get a scout unless he does that grenade trick. Or does that even work anymore?
Ooh, I'm not sure if they've got that out or not.
I thought it was always an option, but I think it might be tough over pylons or something like that. You got to be right in the corner or something like that. Now, FanTaSy
we'll get in here.
could be having a tough time. Loses one SCV.
Oh, he's going to stop the building this command center too. Picks off the second
this is
SCV.
nasty.
Nice.
Oh, the Reaper already takes a shot from that Adept. Kind of hurts. Another SCV has to come down, finish up that command center, and you got to finish it quick if you're FanTaSy because the Stalker is the natural follow-up to this Adept here.
Yeah, right behind. He's got to be very
good
cautious.
grenade
Nice
placement,
grenade
though.
there.
To buy time with that Stalker, the Marines, though, are going to be toast. There's no doubt about that. This Reaper is going to try and get away. That bunker, I don't know if that's going to finish up. These Marines going to try and shoo this Stalker away to the best of their ability. Buy time for the bunker, perhaps. Reaper just sitting back trying to heal and buy HP. But another Stalker immediately coming across the map. This is why you want that bunker done as quick as possible. Looks like
Stop the building of it, though.
Zest
Not gonna happen.
could be forcing FanTaSy to lift off.
Man, this is looking really, really good for Zest. Some incredible micro from both sides there. Both players really, really working hard.
But this
oh,
really
man,
was just
that
one
bunker
or
so
two
bad.
Stalkers, and the bunker gets killed. That is very painful.
What a pick from Zest now. As soon as,
Look at this.
he's going to send the probe
Zest
in.
has been banking this probe. The shot goes off. The mine going to get picked off. FanTaSy accidentally bringing it forward there to its doom. And now it's just 4 Marines versus 3 Stalkers. Zest is warping in another one. This could actually be just one of those game-ending pushes I mentioned. That it's just like a few Stalkers or something, and you got yourself a dead Terran.
Dude, look back home for Zest. He's adding on 3 more 3 gateways.
Oh,
adding
man,
on
Zest is going for
Robo
blood
Bay.
here.
Blink about to finish up. Oh, this could be real bad. I think FanTaSy wanted to do a drop or something, but he doesn't have any yield left to up.
He doesn't. Dropping a supply call down there.
The luxury high-rise supply depot. They look so good. Yeah, big Stalker warp in here. Zest is not messing around, man. Blink about to finish up. And Zest's control, by the way, with these Stalkers. Watch, he'll cue the Widow Mine and then blink out of it.
Absolutely. And there's going to be a Warp Prism joining up with this. This is going to be real painful for FanTaSy. And he never built a new bunker.
He can pressure at the
He's
front.
He's got to siege that tank immediately now. Where's that tank siege? Oh no, that's a big miss rally from FanTaSy. He does save it in the medivac. He's got to get that tank up. He needs to pull SCVs. Now, the Stalkers, though, going for it, getting on top. And with that tank on, these Stalkers can just micro versus the Marines for days. Zest is going to tie this up right here, right now. That's got to be a GG.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. What a play. What a play. What a mighty good play from Zest. Bringing the series to even.
Ace match going down now. Afreeca going to be the final map. Ephemeron, pardon me.
What a good map. Ephemeron. Which I looked up the other day because I didn't know what it meant. Do you know what ephemeron means?
I don't.
It is apparently a word that has 2 distinct meanings. It has one meaning that is like a programming term.
Okay.
And I read the definition. I was like, I have no idea what that means. So programming term. Or it also means a specific stage in like an insect's life cycle, the ephemeron stage. So I don't know if this map is named after the insect life cycle stage or after the obscure programming term. But either way, it's a gorgeous map.
The guy who made its username is -0. So I'm going to go out on a limb that it's the programming term.
I would hope so.
That sounds very
or he's a big fan of the IT
Maybe he's
crap.
a programmer and he likes bugs.
It's possible. It's possible. Either way, game number 5, the last game of the night. I need your gut call, Laughing.
It's going to Zest. It's going
to
Zest.
I'm going to go FanTaSy just to be...
All right. Just to be that guy, just to create some tension.
And next time you're in Korea, the winner buys the loser a beer.
That's a solid deal right there. Might just have to go back just for that. Anyway, the map is Ephemeron, spawning down in the bottom right-hand side of the map. Representing player 1, it's FanTaSy.
And his opponent in the top left-hand corner in the blue, playing Protoss, it is Ju Sung-wook Zest!
That's an introduction right there.
Hey man, it's the last game of the day. I've had a Beta 500, which is like a Korean energy drink.
I was wondering what you were sipping there.
It's delicious. It tastes like sugar and orange had a baby.
Oh, I should have tried that while I was there. Oh man,
it's phenomenal. I can't. The running joke on my stream is that I'm trying to get them to sponsor, so I drink them like one every stream. One of my stream emotes is Beta 500. It's delightful. I can't do energy drinks because the caffeine just makes me shaky. But this just has like 900 milligrams of vitamin C in it.
Oh, so you get pumped on the vitamin C.
Oh man, I'm sure my skin's gonna turn orange soon, but you know, heaven knows I need the color. I'm about as white as they come. All right, so is Zest gonna go that killer 3 Oracle play that we have seen so many times today? It seems to be a really good standby for him. I'm surprised we haven't seen it in the last 2 games.
Yeah, I don't know about this map or not. Or, I guess maybe going for those 3 Oracles can leave you exposed if your opponent deals with it. So maybe that's why Zest is a little bit worried, because he knows that FanTaSy is such a killer.
And he's been burned by that before in his game with Alive. We saw him get destroyed when his first 2 Oracles went down. And he couldn't recover from that much damage.
No, he couldn't. So we'll see how this game's going to play out. I think like Zest straight up macro is pretty darn good. I mean, that last game was just that's just something that happens in PvT, and that's why you got to be so careful. As a Terran, you got to really respect those. I mean, FanTaSy went for the bunker, but I guess he didn't restart the bunker versus the Stalkers when the Protoss was lurking out there.
FanTaSy hiding that SCV again.
And look at this.
Really cute. It's a really cute play. The early bunker.
The early bunker. It makes your life a lot better as a Terran.
Look at that on Zest's side, though. Going Stargate early again this game.
This SCV. Oh, he's sneaking. He's on a mission. Is he going to make it? There's that Adept there. He's going to throw a Frisbee right into that SCV. Oh, and the probe with the assassination.
Did that probe get the alley-oop kill? Does the probe have the kill?
The probe has the kill.
I love it when a probe gets an alley-oop kill. It is my favorite thing in the world.
Hey, here's a question.
Slam dunked.
Were you ever into Heroes of the Storm or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Whatever happened to that random Probius skin that sometimes happens?
What random Probius skin? Probius is a character in Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, but there was a probe that was sometimes called Probius. As like an Easter egg.
Yeah, no, so Probius, do you remember the Legacy of the Void opening schematic?
Yeah, that's Probius, right?
That's Probius, yeah.
But
and that's just like...
I know that you can sometimes get like one called Probius. I'm not sure if it depends on what skin set you're using, though.
In StarCraft 2?
Yeah, in StarCraft 2. It's like an Easter egg.
There's a probe that's occasionally just named Probius?
I believe so.
My mind is getting blown right now laughing
I
games.
Can't remember if it has like a tell or anything on it, but it's a thing, trust me. It's sort of similar, you know how there's the ghost that sometimes looks like Nova?
Sure.
1 out of 100 ghosts with like the skin or whatever looks like Nova.
I had no idea.
That's a thing
That's
too.
Amazing. I feel like any probe that gets a kill should get an indicator on it. A little party hat or something.
Oh, that would be fantastic. And then the hat just gets taller the more kills it has.
And if by the end of the game he's...
Your probe's just a walking menace.
Amazing. So check it out, man. Mag Field Accelerator for FanTaSy.
I'm liking this. This is such a smart call versus someone who's going for 3 Oracles. FanTaSy's got a bunker, he's got a Viking out, he's got Cyclones. I'm loving it.
The Viking is just gonna miss those oracles. Oh god, is the Viking gonna catch those oracles? He's on a patrol. He's gonna catch him.
That's a C. That's a C. FanTaSy right now. Where's the reaction? Okay, that's all it takes. Oh, that is fantastic.
Oh my god.
Already a great start. And now keep in mind, this is no small commitment. And look at this. Oh, man. That's going to be this is going to be a push. And this is going to be Magfield Accelerator, Vikings. And that's what I was wondering. Is this too much of a commitment, making 3 Oracles from the Protoss?
You know, there's...
Stasis Ward's going down. Look at this. Cyclone's locking on. Pop, pop, pop.
Catching
Dead
one.
Oracle.
And he saw that Stasis Ward go down,
did.
so he should
That
be able to send
one
one Marine and set it off.
Takes it out.
Very
Nicely
well
done there. Cyclone's getting their lock on. This is so risky for FanTaSy, but he has brought SCVs. I bet we'll see a bunker here in just a second.
The double bunker again from FanTaSy. Here
Vikings,
we go. Guardian Shield pop those.
So many Marines here. Is this attack going to work for FanTaSy? This is game 5 going on between these two. There's no blink for these Stalkers just yet. It's a straight-up engagement. Here comes in the Oracles, though. Cyclones locking on, getting what they can done. The Oracles put out so much damage, though. 3 Cyclones remain. They're trying to retreat, though, versus these Stalkers, but FanTaSy is starting to wear thin here, and Zest may just have made the hold happen. Another Cyclone locks on, but it goes down. These Marines are hightailing it to these bunkers. Are they going to make it?
They will get into those bunkers. Is going to get salvaged, so that's not too bad.
That is a lot of Stalkers.
Oh, what a big commitment from FanTaSy there. I am so surprised to see him trying that.
What a crazy attack to go for something like that, and it almost worked, too. I mean, maybe if he brought a few more SCVs with that attack or something to help buffer, I'm not sure, because that was quite an all-in a sense. He's macroing out of it, though. I thought I saw a 3rd CC. There's the 3rd CC. Tank's on the way. He will have a stim pack eventually, but still, very, very risky for FanTaSy to go for that. Is he just going to die to a counterattack?
Well, yeah, and this is the thing. Blink is about to finish here for Zest, and it doesn't look... Oh, is he going to catch those Stalkers? Is the Cyclone's going to see those Blink Stalkers? So he should know that they're coming.
The
but there's
SCVs really need to be
into
pulled into this one. And there's no more tank on the way here for FanTaSy, so it's just the one tank. And if these Stalkers
there's a drop going on at the
main,
natural, by the way, for Zest here.
You are correct. The Marines got chewed up by that cannon, though, and probes from the seam of it, and that goes down.
Are you joking me? Zest is doing so well this game, man.
He made the
What
hole.
a defense. What a defense.
This is going to be a hill to climb for FanTaSy. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. So FanTaSy going for bio. After Magfield Accelerate, often I'll see Terran players going into just like a straight up full on battle mech style, which is a pretty easy transition. But he's just mixing in some tanks, mixing in some Marauders and Marines, and gonna go for a fairly standard bio push. But
there's an
here we
observer.
go.
If FanTaSy gets up here,
Raven
gets up here, he's gonna try and deny the observer. Stalker's eating tank shots. That Raven worth its weight in gold here for FanTaSy.
Goodness me, I'm on the literal edge of my seat right now, which is bad.
High tension right here.
I have a very cheap gaming chair, so if you hear some loud thunks, chair falling apart from my excitement. First 2 Colossi on the way out for Zest, and 5 gateways behind this? Whoa!
My
he
God.
is not messing around.
Yeah, Zest has only been on 3 gates for now. Now he's making that big investment, and that's when the Protoss really is going to come online.
4th base as well. His opponent on 2 bases.
Stalker's eating tank shots. Pick off a Marauder.
Interesting choice. I think Zest really wants to make something happen with the Blink Stalkers. He may think behind than he actually is because both players lost so much army there. It's difficult to gauge. But right now he's being more aggressive with these Blink Stalkers than he really needs to, I think. And that's going to force FanTaSy out to protect his 3rd base.
I think it's understandable. FanTaSy now, though, he's really just trying to deny this 3rd as long as he can. A scan goes down for FanTaSy, but, I mean, he had a Raven, or has a Raven. Does he not? Oh, I guess that's on the other side of the map, being busy harassing.
It's about to anyway, for sure. Oh, gosh. This is such an interesting match so far. Both these guys doing really well. I think advantage Zest maybe right now.
Oh, absolutely. Zest is producing 2 Colossus at a time. He's going to have 4. No amount of bio can take on 4 Colossus. So FanTaSy is going to have to come up with something to counteract this. And look at this. Warp Prism about to begin bringing the pain here. There's 2 turrets up into the main base, which is fantastic. Is there enough otherwise, though, in order to defend from this auto turret harassment going down? There's no Stargate, so this Raven can do this indefinitely. And look at this. Zest is opting for the main base. Missile turrets, can you do it?
Just going for it, yeah. Gonna get forced out of there. But you're absolutely right. We've got Zest on 4 Colossi already. Now he just needs to get more warp in rounds to get his gateway army to be terrifying. But back home for FanTaSy, there are no starports. There's no Ghost Academy. There's no Fusion Core for Liberator range. He's not teching up at all.
He does have 5 siege tanks, which are heavily underrated. I'm also very concerned, though, because of the upgrades. We take a look at it, and there's no armor starting for FanTaSy. He's planning on getting his 2-2 started, but Zest is going to be far ahead in that field.
Yeah, this is, and the Phoenix taking out that. Sorry, that's not an actual Phoenix. I got fooled.
Hallucinated Phoenix trying to bait that Raven.
He has one real Phoenix in production.
Look at this. FanTaSy's going for a drop right now. It could be absolutely killer. I'm a little concerned, though, because this is the only thing. There's nothing else drawing Zest's attention, so we'll see how long it takes him to react. There's the recall. Can FanTaSy target down the Nexus in time or get anything? Maybe nab up a Colossus or two. No, he's actually just going to lose a ton here. Okay, so he gets 2 Colossus. It is going to cost him a good chunk of his bio, though. Another force, though, heading in towards this 4th base location. This could be exposed. This is a lot of Marauders here. Stimmed Marauders could get this Nexus.
Definitely. Zest, way out of position here, trying to defend his natural. This is a play by FanTaSy.
He's going to get the Nexus.
Die. What a great pickoff there by FanTaSy, who is doing everything he needs to stay alive in a game where he was on the back foot. And maybe still is, but much less than he was before.
Yeah, this is a full-on game here right now. FanTaSy having a real good go at it. Got to avoid those Blink Stalkers with those Medivacs, so that could be a pretty big loss.
No, these Medivacs.
FanTaSy not paying attention there. May the passengers of those Medivacs rest in peace.
Yeah, lots of... I would say rest in peace, but I feel like flailing from a flaming medevac is probably not how you want to go. Stargates, and fleet beacons for Zest. It's time, baby.
Is it Tempest time?
Oh, I think it's Tempest time.
Oh, and Disruptors.
Meanwhile,
enhanced shockwaves on the way. All right, we could not ask for a better final match between these players, I feel. Warp Prism moving in for Zest, and boy, is it a speedy one, so it's going to start harassing this 5th base. No Planetary Fortress yet.
So he could do a big warp in there to cancel that planetary for sure. All the SCVs still transferring for FanTaSy. Oh, man. Oh, God. Can you imagine if there was one High Templar with a storm there? Terrifying.
Well, there very well could be in the future. Zest actually made a Phoenix this time, so no more lurking units.
How many like mostly full medevacs have gone down this? 4,
I don't know,
5?
but there's been a lot of dead medevacs, 7 in total.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Now, finally, though, we see FanTaSy is teching out of what he needs to do.
He's getting moving across the map, though. Ruh-roh.
I don't know if it's going to be in time. Yeah, not 3 ghosts on the field so far with
the 6 tanks could be the saving grace here. But take a look at this. This 5th base is so exposed. These fresh, poor mules just dropped. FanTaSy can't really push on in. He's also kind of SimCity himself in a little bit. So this planetary is going to be going down, no questions asked, I feel.
Yeah, 2 disruptors are very easy to zone things out there.
Tanks are
shots off, but Tempests are on the way, and this is looking better and better for Zest.
Yeah, the supply simply is falling so far behind for FanTaSy.
Okay, so Tempest's 2x2. He's got +3 armor on the way for his unit. Oh, is the plasma shields level 2. That's it's rare that I see that coming down.
Now, these ghosts will probably have something to say about those shields.
They definitely will.
This is a nice find.
Yeah. But at the same time, that drop has been spotted, so...
probably worth it for a warp prism. And oh my gosh, Zest is building 8 gateways. So I don't know if you know, Zest has a problem with floating a ton of money. Apparently having 16 gateways is how he's going to remedy that.
Yeah, and I mean, this is going to allow Zest to sort of zerg his way in. You know, crash 1 army on this Turtle Terran that we've got, and immediately remax off of 16 gateways, because his bank is now over 3,000. And he's maxed out, so anything he banks up now is just going to be able to be spent a little bit later, since he's got all his upgrades going.
Yeah, FanTaSy also hasn't begun building Vikings, which is somewhat concerning. I feel at some point you got to start making these, and he's really waited to the last minute for Vikings, Liberators, anything in the air tech. He's getting some nice EMPs off with that ghost range, but Disruptors simply don't give a darn about ghosts.
Yeah, they definitely don't. He needs to get some good Disruptor shots off, though. Oh, man, look at this. Zest splitting up his arm. Able racked FanTaSy here.
Keep in mind, there's actually no High Templar in this army, and there is only 2 Colossus, so not a ton of AoE, so FanTaSy could potentially collapse on top of this. He's dealing with the Zealots.
Warp Prism in the natural as well. Zest is everywhere all at once, but he did take a really terrible fight there. Look at his supply plummeting to 55, while FanTaSy's actually moderately ahead right now.
FanTaSy does need to deal with these Zealots in his base, though. And oh my gosh, that's what you use 16 gateways for.
That is exactly what 16 gateways, 16 at the same time.
Where's that? Those zealots need to be EMP'd to be dealt with. There's a
There
good
you
EMP,
go.
but these ghosts could be in trouble. Good save by
Pick up the
FanTaSy.
medevacs.
Picking
Marines
off that
just
warp
barely
would be
picking
very
down that
nice
warp
for him. He
prison. There we
gets
go.
that. Ghosts
Okay,
are doing a good
that's a pretty
job.
good-
While this is going on, though, this base here, bottom right, gets picked off. FanTaSy really only has tanks, and these Tempests could actually really capitalize on top of that. There's no anti-air here. So it does look like our Terran player is starting to run out of steam a little bit, and yeah, the Tempests finally do realize those tanks are exposed. The tanks have to retreat since there's no anti-air to protect them. We're seeing 3 Thors at a time for FanTaSy, but he's really still pinned on 2 bases, or on 3 bases, which are really mining out, so having a very tough go at it. Tempest.
Yeah, man.
The ghosts are working away on them pretty okay, but oh, look at all these zealots. This is disgusting.
It really is, and it doesn't matter what you do, man. Tempest and mass charge zealot, just so hard to keep up with, and now FanTaSy only fall.
I mean,
here.
there's going to be
30
3 Thors to help out,
workers.
but they're kind of boxed in, it would seem.
Yeah,
GG.
there it
Zest
is.
takes it. We have our player for the playoffs here. GG. Very, very
that
well
his-
done.
Was that his plan the whole time, where he was just like, match 1, and then I'll just win the losers match? These
could have been.
scrubs can't f me.
It could have been. So unfortunately for the fans of FanTaSy, he falls and will not be playing further in this tournament. Showed some fantastic games, but in the end, not quite able to win out there. And Zest and Dongregu are the players to qualify. Dongregu and Zest, if we do that in order. But
Yeah, man. It's just a shame. You know, we have this group with 2 really promising Terran players in it, and neither of them makes it through. So undoubtedly, Terran needs a new buff somewhere.
now, keep in mind, we aren't done with Terrans. Tomorrow, Afreeca World August Blitz will be back tomorrow. And that's actually going to have 2 new Terrans. The group will be True, Parting, Time, and Dream. I'm very excited to watch Time and Dream play. And of course, Parting's in it, so it's always going to be exciting. And True, kind of a wild card in there too. So we'll be back at the same time tomorrow, starting 10 a.m. KST or 6 p.m. Pacific. That'll be Falcon Paladin and I back for that. And yeah. So Afreeca World August Blitz continues on. And big thanks to Creighton for coming out and casting this one.
Hey, my pleasure, man. These were some great games, and it was so much fun to finally get to cast some games, these laughing games. I hope I get a chance to come back and say hello again. This is a great series, and I'm honored to be a part of it today.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been some fantastic games, and it's been a real big pleasure to cast together. There'll probably be a lot of StarCraft 2 in the future as well, so yeah, it'll be great. But make sure to tune on in tomorrow, everyone. Make sure to check out Creighton on Twitter, of course. He's we can link that in the chat there if you enjoyed his commentating. And yeah, before we head out, one more thing. Just gonna say, check out that Matcherino once more, as we've still got a fair few codes to use. And yeah, I'll just show you that one real quickly here. So basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to sign on in, pick your poison, pick your account, not really your poison, but your free way to give now Zest and DRG confirmed a little bit of extra cash. All you do is you go to this page here. You're going to want to go press contribute, sign on in, type in your coupon code, which in this case is Afreeca World AWB. 3 letters. I think you can handle that, and then press contribute. And that'll add $1 to the prize pool. We want to try and use up all the codes before the end of this tournament. So if we can knock that out, it would be fantastic. We've still got a ways to go, and you can help out with that. But yeah, that is all. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in. Do you have anything to add before the end?
No, man, absolute pleasure. I'm looking forward to watching this tournament play out. Best of luck to all the players, and special thanks to you and the whole team at Afreeca for inviting me on. Can't wait to see the matches tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you so much. And CEO Kevin for the 100 star balloons. Thank you so much. And glad you're watching the live stream. Afreeca World, I'm very glad to be back doing it. And thank you for having me out to Korea again. It was amazing. But yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in. We'll be here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.